You know that saying, home is where your heart is? Well, I think my heart is in my crafting room most of the time. How about yours? Hello everyone, it's Dragana at Saacibo. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. In one of the videos from a few weeks ago, I have shown you this little thing. I call it nesting house. A nesting house not just because a house is a nest, but also because of the layout. A lot of you expressed interest in me doing a video on the nesting houses, so I'm doing it today. I'm going to share with you how I construct these from papers and also from envelopes. In the second half of the video, we are going to decorate some of them, and for that, I plan to use my new freebie. Here it is. It's a collection of doors and windows and some other things. So you have 2 pages with doors, you have 3 pages of windows, you have a page with these window boxes full of flowers, and then there's a page with house numbers, letter boxes, some porch lights, and also a few quotes about homes. You can also print these 2 to a page to get, for example, smaller versions if you plan to do one of the other little houses. I think these would work with these ones. Townhouse pockets we've done a few months ago. To get the freebies, please visit my website. Link is up on the screen and also below the video. Once you're on the free download page, close all the ads that pop up. Look for the image you wish to download. Click on the picture and it should open up in a new window. You do not need to register, pay, install anything. I do not ask for anything in return. If you click on any of the ads by mistake and they ask for your payment, credit card details, subscription and so on, please do not provide. Just know it is not me. If you wish to share my freebies, I would appreciate if you share the link to my website. Please do not sell or redistribute in digital form as a freebie anywhere else. And it is okay to use printed version of all my freebies in the journals that you make and sell. I had so much fun creating this mini kit, and it actually works so well with another kit that I've done a few months ago when we've done those townhouse pockets. It's that one with brick walls and old walls and wood textures, corrugated roofs and so on. I've also got a few from other kits. They're all free, so you can use any of those to decorate if you wish so. You can also use your stamps if you have some fun stamps. And if you don't want to use these doors and windows here, you can also cut them up and draw them yourself, just like we've done in this video. I will link that video down below as well. Let's look at the envelopes that we can use for this project. This little one was created with envelope like this one. I just cut the roof in that shape. Those envelopes are good, and it's really great if you can use recycled ones. You just glue the papers over, just like we've done in that other video on townhouse pockets. You can also use these types of envelopes. Just cut them like so. Then there's that one, which is a little bit long, and you end up with the wider pockets. I think it's also nice. That one. DL envelopes are actually great if you want to do a 3-fold. You end up with smaller pockets, but that's alright. If you want to add some small ephemera, they would work really well. Now C5 envelopes are a little bit bigger and they give you decent size pockets, and of course C4 will give you a bigger folio. I'm going to show you how to cut 3-fold and 2-fold today. Now let's look at the papers that we can use. I have 3 examples here. That one was done with scrapbooking paper, that one was done with dyed cardstock, and that one was done with digital papers that were printed on cardstock. So for the larger ones, I would suggest use heavier paper, such as 160 up to 250 grams. For me, that was a little bit faster to do because I didn't have to spend time gluing the bricks or whatever design I wanted to. So let's take a look. You can use your eco prints. These are a little bit smaller, but they can still be used. It's just that the final result would be a smaller folio. I really love these papers. They were created on cardstock, so they would be perfect. You can also use your jelly prints. I have some here that were done on colored cardstock. We've done that in a video. We used fabric to get all these textures. I think these would all make really nice houses. Okay. Then over here I have some dyed papers. These were dyed with rust, with pomegranate dyes. It's a mixture of several dyes. Avocado dyed, coffee, egg dyes, more egg dyes, so on. So they would be perfect if you have some stamps. You don't have to then glue the bricks or whatever. You can just stamp like I've done here. Okay, I'll just open this one up to show you. I've stamped the bricks in the lower part and the wood texture on the top part, and the same over here. And then you just glue other little pictures and quotes and little details, and you're done. Over here I have some painty papers. These were not done on cardstock, so I would have to either glue them on some cardstock or glue them onto envelopes. I think that would work. Love them. They're so grungy and nice, but because they're thinner, I can't use them just as they are. I've got some marble papers here. They were done on cardstock too. I could use those. Imagine those houses. They would look really nice, I think. Look at that one. Okay, so I'm just giving you examples. I'm not going to use all of them, of course. I just want to show you and maybe remind you that in case you have some of these papers and you've forgotten about them, just have a look what you've got and see what you can use that would make a really unique folio. Okay, now here I have some scrapbooking papers. These ones are double-sided, which works really great. That can be the inside and that can be on the outside. Now that's the same as that one. That would be nice for an ocean house, wouldn't it? That's an interesting one. Although it's plain on that side, you have to either stamp or glue something. Now this one, I really like that. And I've already painted it. Well, this was probably 3 years ago. It was actually done in one of the videos. But because I only need A4 size, I can cut that part off and use it somewhere else and use the rest for the folio. So that one I think would be a really cool house, wouldn't it? Then I have some smaller ones for details. I think these would also make really great two-fold houses. Okay, so you look for papers that have something that's not probably too busy and too much detail. Something that would work with the images. I just want to show you this one on the inside. I've added some photographs here, a bookmark and a little pad. Great little gift for a crafter, I guess. Okay, let's start with the construction of a two-fold one. And for that one, I will pick one of these papers. I think I want to try with that one. Also, I want to show you how to do that with an envelope. I'll just use this one, the blue one. When you make ones with envelopes, it's really great because the pockets are already there. Okay, so you don't really have to create new ones. With thicker papers, you can fold that part and then fold again to have that as a pocket, or you can fold it like so to have a tall one and then add extra papers on the inside. And with thicker papers, that's what I would recommend, especially with the three-fold ones. Otherwise, the folds that way, that way, and that way. It just creates a lot of bulk and then it doesn't sit right. So the construction with envelopes is quite similar to this. We're just going to make 2 instead of 4. And it's much easier and simpler than that. So first we're going to mark how deep we want the pockets. I think these were 2.5, so I'm going to mark here 2.5. Okay, so what you do now, grab your knife and you open the envelope here up to that line. Okay, and you do the same on this side, just slowly. Okay, and you place your ruler and you simply tail it. Okay, then you basically just fold it. Now you need to create that part here, the roof. You see that line, the fold line here? I need to find the center. Half of that is 4.5. And I will just do this and place that little notch here because that part is slightly on an angle. I can't really look for half here, then it would be, you know, funny shape. So what you do, just draw with black pen so that you can see better. You just draw yourself a line. You can also go deeper if you wanted to, but I find this easier. The fold is already there. And then you basically cut that. So now you have 2 equal. You can keep it like that. It's fine. But if you want to have one slightly lower, then you take the front one. Decide how much lower you want to go. I usually go the width of my ruler, which is 1 inch. So I'm going to just put a line here and here. And also there. Now you draw here and here. And then you cut that. And your structure is ready. Now it's just a matter of gluing the papers inside, the outside, and decorating it. But that is your 2-fold nesting house folio. Really love this one. It also works as a tag because it's not too big. It fits in any journal. This paper is 8 by 8. Okay. I just want to make a really tall, skinny one. I think it would be really nice. I could do it from this side. Perhaps that's better. I'm just going to do this just so that you can see where the middle is. That's going to be at the back. That's going to be the front. So I'll find here the center, which is 2 inches. And then I usually go 4 centimeters. You can go 5, 6, whatever. It's up to you. So that's 1.5 approximately. 1.5 inches. And there. I'm just going to draw that. Okay. So now I want the second roof to go a little bit lower. So I take my ruler, align to that side, and then I just draw here. Now I find the center there. And then measure again 1.5 inches or 4 centimeters from there and from there. And again I draw the line. You can also go a bit lower with that one if you wanted to. I've been doing it like this, but you might want to do it a little bit differently. I don't know. Let's see. That's what that looks like. Now you probably think, but what about the pockets? I just use a separate piece of paper to create pockets. I could also use some of that. For example, that part here that I've cut. I can just make it a little bit more narrow. Like so. Wouldn't that be a nice and interesting pocket here? You could put things in. And then also these parts, just cut that bit off. Actually, I'm going to go with this here, and then I can use that there and that there, and have two little tuck spots. When you think about it, no paper is wasted, and I just stencil something or stamp something on the inside. Let's do a 3-fold one. I'm going to use that scrapbooking paper, 8 here and 8. That is 12 inches. You mark at 4 and you mark at 8. So you fold that one there. Doesn't matter if it goes over a little bit. You can trim it later. And by the way, you can use a scoring board if you wanted to. And then this one is supposed to fold all the way here. And if you find that that doesn't really let you go all the way to the edge, then you trim it a little bit. Okay. And now I can nicely fold right to the edge. Now you open it up, and again I'm just gonna use this to mark, just so you can see better. Just gonna mark where the fold is. With 3-fold, this is how you close it. You close that and you close that. That means that has to be the smallest, that's the middle one, and that is the tallest one. I'm gonna find the center here and mark 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches. Draw that. So that's the second one. So I'm going to grab my ruler. I'm going to use the width of the ruler again. Align it here to that side. And I'm going to do that. Now over here, I'll just mark. And then I'm going to move that to there, because that one has to be smaller than that. And if you want them to be equally spaced, you want to have 1 inch in between, that's what you do. And then I'm going to draw a line here. And you do it a few times. It's really not that hard. It's actually quite simple. You mark half, and then you mark 4 centimeters and 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches there. And here you mark half. You always use the same. Go half, mark the sides, and then you join the middle to that part there. That's it. So let's just cut it. Keep those for pockets, for corners, and so on. Let's test it. Looks good. When it comes to doing this with the envelopes, it's the same thing, but you have one extra step, is where you prepare the pockets. I'm going to show you that now. So when you do this with the envelope, first you have to open the top. You can open here or there. I think I'm going to open here because I don't like that part there. So I'm just going to open it like so. And then I can close that. Actually, it's a new envelope. So it's open here. I'm going to mark 2.5 inches for the pockets. Now we open it up here. Only up to there. And and you have pockets ready. So now again, you just fold that in 3. Let's see, that is 25 centimeters divided by 3, approximately 8.3 centimeters. I think my calculator is on my phone and I'm using my phone to film the video. Oh yeah, I think it is all right. Again, I'm going to start with the tallest one. So that's the large, that would be the medium, that would be the small. Okay, so they don't go like large, medium, small. They go small, large, medium. And there. Let's test it. Nice. Just want to show you this. This is that other freebie from a few months ago, and I printed it on thicker paper, on cardstock, and I printed old wall on one side and bricks on the other. When you fold that in 3 and you cut the roof, you have one side ready and you have the other side ready too. And that's what I've done in this one. I want to make one with these, with dark bricks. It's just copy paper thickness. That's from the Happy Holidays collection. That would work too. Actually, let's do that one. I would just use a glue stick for that. You see that part there? I'm just going to fold it over. Do that. I'm also leaving a little bit here. I could have actually gone and left a little bit around everywhere. You can if you wanted to. It strengthens the edges a little bit. Now I have to take the measurements, the width here. So if I cut from there to there, so I'll have a little bit to fold. I'm talking about the pocket here and just about there. And I need to fold it roughly about there. Let's add the glue. And then we just fold that. So far this is very similar to that other video. Let's make the inside more like a wallpaper. I think I want to use this one for the inside. It's too narrow to use a ruler. With this one, I think it's best if I apply the glue to the envelope. I'm just using these bricks to align. I think this is one of those projects where you can really lose yourself. At least I do. When I was preparing for the video, I said to my husband, I have to do a few examples, and in my mind I thought that's gonna take me one evening to do several, and for that one evening I managed to do just one. I completely lost track of time. Now I'm really happy with this one. I do want to ink that a little bit. Also on this side a little bit, just to cover that white. Got it folded to where it was. It's a little bit thicker. That's all right. It still works. Nice. Great. Now I'm going to add an eyelet here. I don't want to add it here where the pocket is. I'm going to go with the gold one. Okay. Have a look at these here. You don't have to do that, but I think it just looks much better. Just add something to it. You can cut that from any of the papers that I've shown you, or you can use perhaps some washi tape. Got some new ones that I haven't tried, floral ones. I'll show you how to do this easy. So you take your washi tape. I'm going to add a touch of glue. So you go over this side like that and up to there. Press it, and then you do this side. Press it, and then you just cut it. Now I want to add a little bit like a shadow underneath, so I'm going to just use the pencil. This is a soft pencil, 7B. I'm just going to go underneath. You can also use black pen, because you can't really ink the washi tape, can you? And so I'm going to do the same on these ones. Decided to add the washi tape here too. You can also ink once it's folded. So for this one, the construction part is done. The pockets are there now. It's just a matter of decorating. With this one, I think just a little bit of inking. Okay, that's nicely inked on both sides. Let's stamp a few things. I'm going to stamp with bricks, just with brown ink. Nice. I've also got this wood texture. Maybe I can do that one on top. Don't want to go over the bricks, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do that. Okay, fold that one and that one. It's going to be easier. Good. Love that. I could also add a border here. Would this look nice? Yeah. What are we gonna do here? Maybe we could stencil something, perhaps like that. I'm gonna go with the brown. Okay. Can't wait to see what it looks like, but I can't move it. I think the best part about stenciling is actually revealing what's underneath. Love it. It's so good. I think I can do here wood texture. This one I think might work. Cut that white bit off first, and then I don't know if you can see, but I can see here faint lines. So I'm gonna do a few of these. When I do this with paper, I do it just a little bit different. I'm gonna show you here on this side. Do the first one the same. Place it. And then cut. Okay. Then you take that one, place it here at the top where it's gonna end. I just mark here where they join, and you join those two lines, and then you just cut like so on an angle. And also with this, you can actually do a little bit like so. But I find when I do that, it tends to break there. So I've been just cutting it. Unless you use cardstock, and this is not cardstock, it's just paper. Love how that looks. I'm going to quickly do that over here too, and then I will be back. That's what that looks like. Completed on both sides. And I went ahead and I inked that one, and I've glued that thing to that one too. And I was thinking what to do on the inside because it's white. I haven't really done one with book pages, and I thought that would be fun. The book page I want to use is just not wide enough, so I would have to collage it. I'm gonna ink the middle. So I'm going to add the glue here. Like that. There's a little bit of gap, which doesn't really matter. And now all I need to do is just cut around. Okay, let's do this. I have a feeling I'm gonna like this one the most. I haven't really done anything to this one, but you get the idea. Just glue the papers like we've done here. I don't think we'll have time in the video to make every single one that I wanted to make, because I want to make hundreds of them if I had time. And try all different possibilities. Now this one is going to have a closure perhaps here. Gonna go with the black. Just go with gold. I think we're ready to use the new freebie. I can't wait. I'll have to choose a doll for each one, and I'll have to choose the window style. You have three styles here. You have the arched windows, you have these ones, and then you have these ones. Okay, so I was thinking for each I'll pick a different one. I decided to go with the smaller version of that and that. Here I picked the green doors and windows for that one, and I picked the brown ones for this one. Let's start with this one. I'll just put it in the middle. Maybe here. I have a cousin who is 10 years my senior, and when I was still in primary school, he was already a student and he studied architecture. And I remember as a child just going to his room and looking through drawings he had, and I was just so amazed. I think for a while there I was hoping I'd be an architect too. Really loved drawing houses. That one's done. Now here on this one, I've also inked that I plan to use as a pocket. I might as well just glue it. I really love when I do a project and there's no leftovers. Like in this case, we used every little piece of that scrapbooking paper, didn't we? Love this corrugated texture. Maybe here. I think that would look all right. Just before I started filming this video, my new UV lamp arrived. So I will try and do a video using UV resin very soon. I know some of you asked if I was going to do it, so I guess now I have the tools that I need. Really love that. But I do wish I have a little window there, so I'm going to just cut this one. And then I'm just going to cut here. I'm going to put something there to cover the fact that there is no bottom bit. One of these hanging flower baskets would do the trick. Okay, now this one's left. Remember how I put this washi tape across? Lucky I didn't put the glue so I can just take it off, because I decided I don't really like it there. These are the parts that I wanted to use for the pockets. How about if we put that one on the second page? Just want to see something. If I put that next to it, maybe like so. Let's do that. We haven't done any like that. And there's that one left. All right, let's see on the inside. I love looking at them like this. Let's start with the numbers. We'll just pick 3 numbers. Pick the first 3 that are there. Put that one there. Let's put that one there. Maybe this one here. I'm gonna put the mailbox here on that one. These doors seem to have letterboxes already, so I'm not gonna bother with that. Let's take a look at the flowers. I definitely need some for here. I might even just cut this bottom bit off. It seems to be too big for that one. These seem to be smaller. I Let's see. Oh yeah, that's much better there. That one would look cool there. And maybe one of these can go here. Perhaps another small one here, similar to that one. It's gonna look nice. Probably nothing there. Gonna change that to that. Yeah, I could have that one there, but the windows are small and these are too big for it. So I'm gonna go with herbs over there. What about violets here? I'm just loosely cutting around. You could attempt to go all the way to the lines, but I don't think it's really necessary. That would take a long time. And these are quite small, so I think that looks good as it is, with a bit of white. And you can always just go over with your ink. I love that. Let's glue the number. I'll just put it on the actual door. Porch light. So this house must be somewhere sunny where I live. Succulents and cactuses can't survive winter outside. How cute is that? And I think I'm gonna put that onto a card or a tag. Could even stamp something inside. It would be cool to have a cat there. Something. So I'll just tuck it here. I'm gonna do much the same with these two. Cut these out, ink them, and then glue them, and then I will be back. I've finished all the fussy cutting, and I also cut some of these quotes to save time, and I've played around a little bit with the layout, and I think I'm ready to glue them down. So I think this one here, I'll just turn it into a little pocket. So I'm just putting the glue like so. Okay, and then here with this one, I will also turn that into a tiny little pocket. The home should be the treasure chest of living, like that quote. And this one can be a tuck spot, so I am going to just put glue like so at the bottom. Okay, same here. Turn that into a tiny little pocket, and then that into a tuck spot. So the inside is, I think, okay. That's that side. I've glued all of these down. I've added these in the middle. I've added lights on both sides, and that one there. Okay, so that one is done. Now let's do this one. I thought about using this sign that says Home Sweet Home, and I can turn that into a tuck spot as well. And then I have these two. I thought they would look good if I put them like so, one in front of the other. So I'll put the glue here. Love that. Okay, I cut one of the porch lights. Then I thought maybe this little mail or letterbox would look cute here, just as a little collage. Actually, to make that pocket just a tiny bit bigger, just a little bit on an angle. Okay, and now I can put that back in. So that one is done too. Let's take a look on this side. Happy with that. And now this one. It's fun adding these small details. It's really a lot of fun. I had some of these papers from that one left, and I thought, how about if I just play around a little bit and add a few bricks here and there. I want it closed completely. That looks nice. Got this little letterbox or mail. I thought that would be interesting to add there. Just glue it like so. I think visually it gives the sense that that pocket is a bit bigger than it is. And I suppose I can put a little envelope there behind it, like that. I will close that because I fear things will probably get lost and be stuck there. It's best if I just close it, and then that there. I'll leave it as a tuck spot because it covers the name of that person. Just like that. I think that's done too. Really like that one. I think some of these would look good if I take them to the sewing machine, like I've done in this case. I started here and then I just went around like so. Then here, then top, down, and then here, here, here. And it was all one long stitch. Let's add some ribbon. So I don't measure the ribbon before. I just leave a little bit like so to be able to do a bow. Then I go over that side and then bring it up here. Now I can do that. So now I know how much to cut. Okay, I will do the sewing on these two and then I will come back. I've decided to do a zigzag stitch on this one. And this one I've done just a straight stitch. Now it's just a matter of filling them with ephemera. I have this dyed index card that I could just fold in half. Just do that. I think these lines almost look like, what's the word? Like wood, as if it was a cottage. Could do a whole new video just on creating ephemera for this little folio, but it's just something quick, just an idea with these lined papers. Okay, let's test it out. Put it there and then there. Brought some things that I already had just to add a few things. These seed packets could fit. Yeah, that one fits. Wouldn't it be fun to cut out the windows and put the photo behind. Let's add one more photo. Maybe one of the handmade stamps. Okay. Okay, here we have that one. I think everything needs to dry from the glue really well. Okay, what do we put in the middle? We've got this little bag. We could put this tag. Remember when we did this with starch? Oh, it's been 2 years, I think. Okay, we can put that there. Over here, let's take a look at these photos. I think the photos would work great there. And then I can put one little faux stamp here. Cool. Let's close that. Lovely little house. And now we have this one left. This one is a little bit smaller. I have one of the tags that I've done earlier, so I can use that one. Let's put this little stamp there. We'll put that photo there. Perhaps that specimen card. We'll just put it there. Actually, it would have been good if I just stitched across here to kind of secure those pockets, and you can also just use glue. I might do it later. I've got some flower stickers, like so, and I've got these little frames. Maybe I can include some of them. So let's see if that's the right one. Let's find one that can work with this photo. I think that one would work. So I'm going to put that one. Put the photo there. I'm going to put that one in as well. Close that. Okay, I'm going to add this charm, but I'm not going to use bulb pins. I'm going to use just the wax thread. You can also use a piece of string. I find that bulb pins here just won't sit right because of that point. Put it through here. I don't know if I've shown you this before, or maybe you know it already. So I'll put it up there, and then on this side, I open it up like so. Just pull it down a little bit. And now you go through here, and then through here. And you just tighten it a little bit. Now you make a knot here. And you can leave that there, or you can put it through to the other side. And a little bow, or you can just cut it. I'm so glad I've shared this with you. I've wanted to do it ever since I've done those envelope townhouses. I think they're great for Happy Mail, as a gift, to add gift cards. This was a lot of fun. I really love anything to do with a home or house theme. Makes me feel good. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was inspirational. If you make any of these and you're willing to share it in our Facebook group, Crafting with Saacibo. We all love to see what other people are making, and join us and be inspired and inspire others. Thank you so much for watching. Hope I see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.